Hello and welcome to the latest instalment in my Bass Lick of the Week series. Before we dive into this week's line, please like the video, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. Okay, so this week's exercise is a chordal line, and it's something that we're going to be playing solo, so there's no backing track to this one, no accompaniment. We're going to be on our own here. We're going to be playing continuous triplets, and we're going to be outlining predominantly an A minor kind of a sound, certainly within the first couple of bars. So let's take a look at what happens in bar number 1. We're going to play this. So as I said, we're playing triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the first triplet is going to consist of a C at the 5th fret of the G string, fretting that with my first finger. 4th finger is going to be on the A at the 7th fret of the D string. I'm going to play both of those notes, followed by the open A string. That's our first triplet, first group of 3 notes. And I'm going to be using the raking technique here. So whichever finger I play the first note with, if it's the first finger, that finger is going to rake backwards across the strings to play all 3 notes. Now we're going to do that twice. So if your first finger did that on beat 1, you'd bring your second finger in to do that on beat 2. That's a great mini exercise there, just using the first finger to rake, then the second, first, second. Doesn't matter which one you start with, as long as you alternate between the two. That will make the line a lot smoother. Okay, that gives us the first couple of beats of the first bar. We're then going to move upwards. What we're doing here is moving between different voicings of this A minor chord. If we think about the notes in an A minor chord, we have A, C, and E. And in this first voicing, we've just got the C and the A. 2 A's, in fact. As we move into this second chord voicing, we've got an E, that's our top note, 9th fret of the G string, coming down onto the C, 10th fret of the D string. And again, with that open A string humming underneath. So we've got all 3 notes there represented. That gives us the first bar of the exercise. Moving into the second bar, we're going to come up to the upper register of the bass. This one's quite simple harmonically. It's just a power chord sound, really. So A and E, 14th frets of the G and D strings. And then we're going to keep the E in place and put the 4th finger on the C at the 17th fret of the G string. And again, that gives us all 3 notes in the chord. We've got the C, E, and of course the open A. So in the first couple of bars, as I said, we're really just moving through different voicings of an A minor chord. Okay, that's the first couple of bars. Moving into bar number 3, we're going to be playing this. Now you can hear that we're changing chord at this point. We're playing a D major chord, but it's kind of in an inversion. The lowest note isn't the root note. The lowest note we're hearing is the 5th of the chord, which is the A. And that means it's kind of a D chord in second inversion. Root position would be with the D in the bass. First inversion would be with the F sharp in the bass, the 3rd. Second inversion is with the 5th in the bass, the A. And that's what we've got here. So we're playing F sharp, D, F sharp at the 11th fret of the G string, D at the 12th fret of the D string. And again, that open A bass note is ringing underneath. I'm going to do 2 of those. And then we're going to bring the 3rd finger there in onto the G. So we briefly get G, D, and the open A. Gives us a D sus sound, a suspended kind of sound. Very common to have a suspended chord resolving downwards. The G is going to resolve downwards to the F sharp in just a moment. As we get to beat 4, we're going to go back to that F sharp. Okay, that's the 3rd bar. And in the 4th bar, we're going to play many of the things that we've done already. So we're going to move back down to that voicing that we had of the A minor chord. up to the D, the D sus, back to the D. That kind of thing. So if you put bars 3 and 4 together, you get this. And again. Back to the beginning. Quite an unusual thing to play on the bass guitar, but really good fun. Certainly really useful for your understanding of harmony, to explore all the different voicings of a chord in the way that we've done, certainly in the first couple of bars of this exercise. Okay, so as this is a chordal line, in terms of the tone that I'm using on the bass here, I'm using a little bit more of the bridge pickup than I am of the neck pickup. That gives me a sound that works really nicely for chordal playing. Trebles all the way up full, and I've added, when I recorded this at least, I added some reverb to the sound as well, because we're playing solo, we're playing a chordal line, it's a bit of a no-brainer to just add a little bit of reverb, or if you haven't got reverb, a bit of chorus will work really nicely as well. So favour the bridge pickup, add a bit of reverb, and you should have a sound that works perfectly for this chordal line. Thanks for checking out the latest instalment in my Bass Lick of the Week series. If you'd like to download the PDF worksheet and audio files for this exercise, just click on the link in the description below. And if you enjoyed this lesson, please head over to basslinepublishing.com to check out my full range of video courses. Okay, I'll see you next week for another bass groove.